Hi everyone, welcome back to Tara's Take. So today is Mass Monday. Welcome to Mass Monday. If it's your first time here and you receive some value from the video, I hope you'll like and subscribe. And if you are a regular member of our family, welcome back. Today we're going to be making some cute vintage book page pocket tags. And what I have here to use is two types of glue. I have a glue stick, the Scotch Permanent. I have my art glitter glue, which is both are in my list on Amazon. I have this punch that does like a longer punch. I have a smaller punch to make thumb holes. My scissors, my bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder, you can use your scissor handles to push your paper down if you need it. I have some ink and my sponge. A few things over to the side to decorate with. I have my card that I use to do the edges. I have it cut in 4 different angles for different size tags. So, okay, and then for paper, I have brought along some vintage book pages, and I've got some dictionary pages, some music sheets, and some of those magazine pages that I have from that 100-year-old magazines that I get from my bookstore I love here. And yeah, so you can use anything you want, but I'm going to be using vintage book pages today. So let's start. I'm going to grab a couple of pages from the dictionary page, and let me show you real quick what we're going to be making. This is just a little sample. I didn't do anything fancy with it. I just put some stickers on it and darkened it around the edges, but that is what we are making. It's got a little pocket here in the front, and you can put tag in there or a little card, whatever you want. But it's just, because it's made out of the vintage paper, it makes it pretty cool to have in our journals, our junk journals. So first of all, I am going to, I've got 3 pages here. I'm going to, I was going to say I'm going to flip it, but here's the deal. So when we make this, what we're going to be doing is gluing 2 pages together. Okay, so we're going to glue 2 pages together, and then I'm going to be folding this over. So even if I flipped one page, it wouldn't matter because that page is going to be upside down. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip this over and fold it in half so it's a tag size, and then we're going to cut. Okay, we're going to cut down the center, and then I'm going to glue those 2 together. So it'll be 4 layers. So it'll be nice and reinforced, okay? And then we'll glue those 2 together, but I'll show you in a minute, we're gonna flip one of them so that they're glued upside down. So one side, when we fold it up in the front, it'll be the same, the writing will be going the same direction. Now on the back, the writing will be upside down. More than likely though, I'm gonna cover mine with coffee dyed paper so that they can write on the back, so I'm not gonna be too worried about that, okay? So I'm going to lay out a piece of glue page. It's very bright pink. Sorry for the brightness of it. It's from an old batch of paper I used to have eons ago, and I just use it. I don't have very many pieces of it, so I use it as glue page. And I'm going to go around and do all 4 corners, all 4 sides, and make sure my edges are done, mostly. And then just run some up the center to get it sticky. I'm not going to worry about it being perfect because this, like I said, is going to just glue these 2 pages together. Okay? Then kind of pick which side you want. I'm going to use this side and lay it down on the edge. Now, if you can get your pages to stay together, you won't have to worry. You can just close it on top of it and it won't matter, but as even as possible. Okay? All right. Now, like I said, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold it over so we know where the half mark is. Here's my bone folder. Now, what I'm going to do is trim along this edge. Now, if you don't care if it's upside down on the front, like you can cover that, and decorate over it, then you don't have to do what I'm about to do. But I'm going to do this to see how I like it. That first one I showed you that I did as a sample, the words, you can see the words are upside down on the pocket because I just folded it up. But on the back, it's right side up. So if you wanted to leave the back with the page showing and you wanted it right side up, then you could just fold this over and fold this up, and we'll do one like that so that you see what I'm talking about. Now, I'm gonna flip this one upside down, okay? I've got a little bit of, try to flatten that out. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and do again the edges. I always tend to miss some of the edges, that's why I'm focusing on it more. Now on this one, I'll try and get a little better glue on here because this is gonna be, there we go. Okay. Now this is upside down, so I'm gonna do this one right side up. And a lot of you know this trick because you're pros. I did not know that trick when I first started. So what it does, for those of you who are new, is see, now that this side is right side up and this side is upside down, when you fold it up, that is right side up. Okay? So depending on which side I want to use, what is that? Cruets. Oh, okay. So let's see. Yeah, I'll do it like this, I guess. Okay, and I'm just going to fold that up as a pocket. Now, I also brought along my little edgers, and I thought it might look cute, but I was having a hard time doing it because the paper is wet with the glue. But I was wondering if I could get it to work, because this looks really cute. So we're gonna see. If it doesn't work, then we know it's kind of too much of a hassle to do. We'll see. I am gonna do a straight edge up at the top on my tag part, I believe. Okay. I'm going slow because I have a tendency to go crooked. I love edging. See, I did it. I went crooked. I can see it. I just have a tendency to do that. It's okay. And you, of course, do not have to do this. It's not required. This is just my little thought. I was thinking when I was putting these together that it might be kind of cute if you have some of these scissors, you know, a little additional fun. Now I am going to take this and do a small thumb hole right there. And technically, you don't have to do the tag corners if you don't want to. I'm going to. Now I'm wondering if these would work. I've never tried to do this. I don't know how good they would work up against this. Let's see. Oh, not bad. Not bad, not bad. So there, I have little cute edges around my tag. Now I'm going to definitely do some of this before I do any other gluing or anything else. And I am going to do both sides since this will be probably stuck in a pocket or floating in my journal. More than likely, I'm not going to glue this down. It would look kind of cute though, with a little ribbon on top, you know, as a tag, glued down onto a page, and then like a journal card or something inside the pocket, a small journal card. And depending on how big your paper is, will determine how wide your tag pocket is. So you could make it wider than this, and you could also use scrapbooking paper, of course, and make it really wide if you wanted to. You know, just depends. I should have done that here just so I have it done there. That way it's matching. Okay. And then I'm going to just, in case I don't cover this, We're going to do a little. There we go. Grunging it up a bit. Okay, now we're going to glue this down on the sides here for a pocket. I was thinking you could also use like some picture vintage vintage book pages that have pictures on it. Would look really cool. That'd be a lot of fun. I don't think I have any handy right now. Let me see. I might actually. And then I'm going to do my little hole on the top, and I'll probably just do it across where it says crown. Do I want to go? Yeah, I'll go a little lower, but that's going to get covered, so it's not really going to matter much. Because once the ribbon or whatever I use goes in, and I think I will use this again. This is my towels. I buy these at Walmart. They're in the kitchen section. They are, I think there's 5 in a package for, I don't know, approximately. It used to be $5 for 5. I don't know if it's gone up. I haven't bought them in a minute. But what I do is I get them and I coffee dye them. Or, you know, I also have some that aren't coffee dyed. But I coffee dye them and then I strip them. I tear them into strips because it's very fun to glue this down. It looks very linen, or, you know, it's got a very cool look to it, and also makes a cute topper for your tag. And I don't have to, when I do this slip knot, I don't have to glue this. I always glue my crinkle cut seam binding. You guys have seen me do it a million times, that are always with me. But and be careful though when you're pulling on this, because it is that book page. I've got a thread. There we go. You've got to be careful when you're pulling this too. You don't want to tear that, you know. But this material sticks to itself really well, so I find I do not need to put glue right there if you don't want to. Okay, so there's my first one. All right, and I want to do one with these little pretty pages. Let's see. I'm thinking both sides of that are really pretty. I'm debating, because once I fold it over, I wanted to make sure some of it's showing, and if it's on the bottom and I fold it up, it's not going to be showing. So I'm thinking that I want to use something that's going to have something pretty toward the top. You know what I mean? Let's see. And this one's really cool. Look at that. And if that were folded over, that would be on the front. That could be on the back. And then if no, I don't want to lose that. I'm going to end up losing that. So I will use just bear with me for just a sec while I pick a different page here. I think what I'll do is just use one that's got words to fold over. Use that, and then that way I'm gonna do that. Okay, so let's get our, I've never done any, like, I've done stuff with these pages, but not a lot, and I've never done something like this, so we'll see how it works, because this is kind of a weird paper. It is some of them are magazine-y pages, like old, though. These, like I said, are over 100 years old. They were made between the years, the ones I have were between like 1909 to 1913 or something. So all of them are over 100 years old. And the pictures and everything are beautiful. I actually have a kit in the shop if you guys like these, because of course it's a magazine. So it comes in the back there are ads, and it's old 100-year-old adverts. Okay, so I made a kit out of, oh dang it, I think I folded that one. Oh shoot. I made a kit out of them, and it's in my shop if you want, if you like these, or if you're interested in looking, it's in there, okay? They're pretty cool. Okay. All right, now we are going to, do I want to trim? I don't know, I might want to trim that. I think I will trim this edge, just because it's so ready, torn. I'll probably trim that bottom, but for right now I'm just going to fold it over. I was seeing if I could get both those women into one side. They'll be on the back, but I was thinking that would be pretty. It's a bummer they're on the back. Well, I guess I could just, that's true. Let's see. They're just so pretty. I was thinking I could just fold it a little further over and trim this part off. That's what I'll do. Okay. So I'm going to fold this over. Part of her is going to be on this side. That's okay. That's all right. And on this one, I think I'm going to try to just do the straight cut down the middle here. I'll be trimming it a little bit, but just to see if I can get as much of her in there as possible. Okay. Now, I want, actually, let me see. Wait. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to think how I want this. I want this to be my top. So this will be the back. And then when I fold this up, it could be these two on the back there with the pocket. So I'm going to trim this down a little bit more. Hopefully I'm doing this right. I'm still going to have to trim. Sorry, it's taking me a minute to think about this because I want to get it right, and yeah. I'm going to take that white edge off the other side. I probably should have just glued this together before I worried about cutting it again, but that's okay. Okay. What time is it? All right. So if I put those two together, and then when I have this as my front, and I fold this up, it'll be, this pocket will be with this little picture of those two looking on, and they're looking on. That'll be cute. Okay. Oh, you guys. I have a hard time with stuff like that. Some people do it, and it just always turns out right. It's probably a lot of why you don't see me do book pages as much, is because I never want to lose the picture that's on there, or you know, some of it's going to be upside down, and it's just all those reasons that I go through in my mind that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to use it, you know, I want to do that, it's a kind of a hassle or whatever, and because figuring it out takes a lot of my brain power. I'll be honest. Hate to disappoint anybody that thought that this just came to me easily. I hope you don't, because it doesn't. It doesn't. Okay, so for right now, I'm just going to go ahead. I almost want to like just put like a pocket right there, like glue something right there to be a pocket and leave, you know. But then this back side is totally upside down, so I'm going to have to do something with that. But I think that one's kind of cute, so we'll go with it. We'll go with it. I have all these strips over here. Let me throw these away. Okay, I have to go to the grocery store today. I have to go do the laundry tomorrow. Pack, because we're going on our trip with Charity and Jack. Woo! We're looking forward to it. They're so sweet. I love them so much. And then, in fact, I have a text. I didn't want to send it earlier because they kind of sleep in a little bit because they're night owls because they're retired. You know, I go to bed so early, and they kind of laugh at us. But I didn't want to send it, so it's sitting in draft mode in my phone because I wanted to tell him it's almost Saturday. Cordy did too. We were talking this morning. He's like, make sure and text Charity and Jack and tell them we're really looking forward to it. I said, okay. So I got a text already at like 4 o'clock in the morning, but I didn't hit send. So yeah, so next week I'll get to tell you about our trip. I'm so looking forward to it. Believe it or not, I've lived in Arizona almost all my whole life, and I've never been to Sierra Vista, which is, we're going to Tombstone too, which is, if any of you want to know what Tombstone is, that's where the OK Corral is. It's where Billy the Kid died. It's where Doc Holliday died. All the guys that were in that movie that we know of so well from history, they died in Tombstone. And, you know, during the huge battle, gunfight they had there. And so everything's very historical. And I've been to Tombstone, but I've never gone up the road to Sierra Vista or anything. So we're going to go to Sierra Vista, and we're also going to probably go to their old church. And yeah, it's going to be so fun. So now we're going to darken this one. So we still have our little picture here of the girls looking out upon, we're definitely going to have to trim this, of the girls looking out upon what's going on in front of them. And then we have the pocket with the smaller picture of those two looking on. That's kind of fun. And then I will definitely be putting coffee dyed paper on the back of this one because it is, and I think I'm going to trim this top part off because it's kind of a lot of tag there. But yeah, it's just kind of a goofy picture to have it look upside down like that to me. So I'm going to cover that. So, oh, I should cut that so I don't have to do that again. Let me go ahead and get my little card. What I do with you. There you are. So if anybody was wondering, oh, I did it before. Never mind. I was going to say this is how we do this. And like I said, you can do it all 4 corners of your card. You can do in different sizes, so you can have for different size tags, or if you want a different look. I saw somebody online using one of the punches that has the tag edges. I've never gotten one of those yet, so maybe someday. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Yeah, I am definitely going to cover the edge or the back of this so they'll be able to write on it with some kind of, probably just some coffee dyed paper. After this video, I need to shoot our video for tomorrow. I have had the kind of week where I haven't gotten anything done for the channel much, and I apologize for the short devotions that you had over the weekend and today. Like I said, oh, come on now. Like I said in my video, or in the devotion video, I had to do it that way. It just, with that contractor here at the first part of the week, yeah, I just didn't have time. And then I had business I was dealing with that I had to use my phone, and I couldn't have it recording, which is how I record my videos. And so I was waiting for phone calls that never came, that kind of stuff. And that's been going on since last Friday. And yeah, I finally got that taken care of yesterday. So yeah, I told Courtney, and he's like, I'm sure the ladies will, forgive you for being shorter and not maybe being there for during the time, that, and I know you guys will, but I have a hard time forgiving myself. I don't like letting y'all down. So okay, there's that. Now that is pretty cute. I think that's kind of cute. What do you think? And maybe with just some, I don't know what I'm gonna do to it. I'll do something to it, but I like that. I may put some of those stickers with some flowers on the sides. I don't know yet. We'll see. Okay, now let's use some music paper. I like the music paper stuff. My desk is always so crowded. My little work area here. Okay, this book's about done. I'm gonna have to go to my bookstore that I love and get some more music because I was hoping they'd stay together and they didn't. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. I didn't put down my paper, did I? Oh well. I guess it's too bad, so sad. I'm gonna have to wipe my desk off. Or my little black glass mat here. So I got Cordy a phone. Praise God, he needed one. His entire screen was completely broken. I had taped it because the glass was sticking up off of it and it was going to cut him. I mean, that's how bad it was. And it's funny because, you know, not funny, haha. It's funny because he always gave me a hard time when I cracked my screen and stuff like that. And then with this phone, he ended up cracking it so bad that he couldn't say anything else to me. Sorry. Anyway. But, yeah, so it was pretty funny. Sorry. But I got him a new phone. We got him a new phone this week, and I was so happy. He got it yesterday, and I set it up for him because I'm the mechanical one. I am. He's good with stuff as long as he looks up, you know, how to do it and stuff. And it's funny because he's just so tired, you know. I mean, when he gets home from work, he's so worn out. And he was like, honey, could you do it for me? I said, yeah, I'll do it. So in this one, I'm going to trim this edge like I do sometimes, like you guys see me do actually a lot. Okay. And I think I'm going to take some of this top off and probably some of this side. It's a little bit much. I'll have to retrim this, I know, because I know I'm going uneven, but that's okay. All right, because this one's much bigger, this book page. All right, so now I have to make sure. Okay, this is upside down. This one is right side up. Oh, wait. You know what I do want to do? I want to make sure that the front has the music like on the side, that sidebar. So I think I will make sure this one, because I have a little more room to trim on this side. So I'm going to make this my front. So I'm going to flip this one upside down. Okay. Yeah, okay. Just making sure, because it's hard for me to make sure I've got the right one upside down. Okay. All right. Glue those together. Like I said, this is a lot easier if you don't mind if your pocket's upside down on the front, okay, honestly. But, because then you can just fold it over and you don't have to cut it and deal with all that. But, okay. I'm going to do some trimming on this one, but as long as I have that edge, that's good. And then this part should be upright. Yes, okay, good. So see, like that. All right. Go ahead and trim this down so that they kind of line up better. So what's everybody been up to? I did want to apologize for one thing. I've had so much going on that I haven't been able to respond to your messages as quickly as I usually do, and that is just a matter of life being busy. It is nothing personal. I hope that you all know that. And it's been, yeah. Having the house in an uproar, and I explained to the owner, I mean, I told you guys about it the other day. Well, you know, more stuff happened. I mean, the painting got finished. Sorry, it's just, to me, it might not be to everybody, but to me, it's just horrendous. I just don't like it, but that's okay. It's not my house, it's his. I just have to live here and look at it every day. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. I'm like, you live in a whole other city. You don't have to see it ever, but that's okay. But the painting got finished a couple days ago, and it's the color scheme. Let me say this. The painters are very talented. The young man who did most of the work and the young lady, I think they're a couple. They're both very gifted. I just didn't like the design he chose and the color scheme. Okay, that's really the problem. And then I'm not used to living in a house with a big mural painted on the front of it. I'm just not. It's just, I guess it's my age, or maybe the generation I come from. I don't know. It's just not my thing. But it is his house, and I totally understand that. And it was funny, though. It's really, like I said, it's really not the artists. They were both incredible artists, and kudos to them for being able to paint this beautiful, or this big, I don't want to say beautiful because I don't think it's beautiful. But this big mural on, that for them is beautiful. I'm sure it's their work. So I respect that part of it. I wouldn't be much of an artist if I didn't respect another person's art. I respect the challenge of it and all the work they put into it, and it was outside in the heat, in the Arizona heat, which is a different kind of heat. It's a whole different monster. So I respect that. A lot. I'm going to use, on this one, I'm going to use this darker one. But anyway, so that got done. And then, let's see, what else got done? Okay. In the back room where our studio is going to be, where you and I are going to hang out, they put in a cooler, okay? And they put in a door going into a very dirty, very old, not used in probably 20 years garage, and I'm not kidding. We did not sign on for having to use that garage at all. But he did put up a piece of drywall between the two sides of the garage, so now it's like its own little garage. Okay, the problem is the garage door is rotting away, and so the edges, there's openings, huge cracks where animals, and we have a lot of lizards, rabbits, frogs, cockroaches in in Arizona, period, but in our area, that's the things we deal with. I go outside, and I literally, every time I go outside, I see at least 3 lizards running in front of me because they're scared and they're running away, because they've been out and looking around for food, okay? Lizards are very common in my house, around my house. So anyway, we have this garage that has huge gaps between the sides of the door at places where the animals can get into our garage. And so Saul, who is the contractor, said that he would ask the owner, George, if he would please let him put up 2 pieces of drywall to close it up so that it would kind of be like a room, okay, instead of a garage, because that way the animals can't get in. So I'm hoping and praying that he lets him do that, because otherwise I might do it myself. I'm going to be honest with you, because I can't take having animals be able to get into where he's expecting me to put all of my extra furniture, all of my boxes with everything from my mother-in-law when she died, and possibly some of my crafting items, because I don't know if they're all going to fit in that little room. You guys, I got to tell you, it's been very stressful. The wife of the contractor was with him. She's a very sweet girl. And again, girl, she's a girl to me. She's young, younger than me. But she didn't speak good English, but we communicated because I speak enough Spanish to, get by. And so her and I were just freaking out about this garage. She's like, oh my gosh. She told him, tell me in Spanish, She said, tell her how I'm scared of this garage too, because I had told her I've always been scared of this garage because it's literally got this huge hole on the other side by the back door of the other apartment, where if you look down inside the hole, it's like a hollowed out place where there's a chair and the walls of it are collapsing. Well, he looked in it, the contractor, and he said it used to be the cistern for the water to this house, because this house was built in 1959, and in Coolidge in 1959, they probably didn't have the right plumbing. You know what I mean? Well, so, or city plumbing is what I should say, and city water and all that. Everything was very Western back then, you know, and so anyway, this house has that. Well, and I think I've mentioned to you guys, there's like this hole in the back where the sewer line goes out into. Well, I don't know if I've told you this, and I'm sorry if I'm grossing you out, but this is what's freaking me out, okay? It's, when you pull the wood off of it and look in there, it's broken. So it still goes into the city pipeline. However, the pipes are broken, like they need replaced. So it's full of ick, okay? I'll just say it like that. I don't want to get too graphic, but it's, you can go with me here. So the AC, remember I described the other day that room and how the AC goes into the garage, because that little room in the back of my house is actually built in the garage. Well, because the hole where the sewer line is right there, when I had the AC on all night, when I went in there, you know what it smelled like. I had to shut the AC, the cooler off. I texted him and told him, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we're breathing sewer gas, okay? You've got to get this fixed. It's not just about, you know, bugs and cockroaches and stuff. It's that'll poison us, you know? So he's like, I'm working on getting a plumber out there and blah, blah, blah. So that's what I'm dealing with all week, you guys. It's very stressful. And then this morning I woke up and my daughter sent me the petition and the severance petition for my grandson. And if you watch my channel, you already know what's going on. I don't need to go into description about that. But anyway, so that's what I'm dealing with. And I'm a little stressed about it, to be honest with you. But God is good, and He's given me more peace than I thought I'd have today. Because to be honest, I was like, Lord, I need you. I need you. I need you to give me peace, because I am. This morning when I woke up and I saw those petitions, I was a wreck. I mean, it broke my heart, you know, and yeah. So I'm just, you know, I'm like, okay, Lord, and He's helped me today. So God is so good. He is so good to take us through these things, you know, and all these situations. And then when I texted my landlord and told him, you know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but here's what's going on. He didn't get mad or be like, oh, you must spend more money, which is what the last owners did. Every time something went wrong in their home, you know, they didn't want to hear about it. But he was just, you know, he goes, it's okay. He goes, I'm working on it. It's been a scheduling issue, but I am getting a plumber out there. I'm getting my plumber out there. So we are going to get that fixed. So praise God. Pray for us that they fix it thoroughly and not just partially. You know, sometimes people want to save money, and they don't do a very good job. And so, yeah, I'm praying that they will do a good job. I'm just looking to see what's on both sides of this here. You know what? I'm just going to cut. I'm not even going to fold. I'm just going to eyeball this and cut up the middle, and hopefully that probably will be a little easier for me, to be honest. Now, when I fold this up, what are we going to see? An upside down little girl. Okay. Or woman with her child. So that's why Tara's a little off beat from what I normally am, so I apologize. And I know you guys will probably say, don't apologize, but I just want you to know I'm not losing my mind, but I am dealing with a lot at one time. So, for me. I used to deal with so much, you know, and ever since the heart surgery and going through all that I went through after Alex died, I don't know. I don't deal with stressful situations as well as I used to, and I guess, you know, I'm getting older, but yeah, I dealt with so much stress. You guys have heard most of my story. I dealt with so much stress for so many years that I think I kind of have a little bit of a reaction to any type of stress now that I'm older. I'm like, I can't, just don't put me through more stress, please. I went through years and years and years. And I've told you enough of my story. And if you don't know, I went through a very stressful life with my late husband, for anybody who's new and doesn't know the story. And so, yeah, I dealt with a lot with him, and I'm looking here to see. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And his health and mental health and everything else. And then when he died, after that, I went through major stress with my daughter and her life and choices, and losing my grandson because of it. And yeah, I don't do good with it, you guys. I mean, I am a perfect example of somebody who is throwing herself, like she tells you to do, on the throne of our God. I really am. Every day I throw myself on his throne pretty much, because I'm like, Lord, I can't deal with it by myself. I need you. And I know we know that we need him, but sometimes we do try to get through things without really giving it to him. You know what I'm saying? And I encourage you, all the things that we talk about in our devotion, I'm getting to practice it right now. I really am. So I guess that's a good thing, because that means I'm growing, right? Like we've talked about. I'm growing in grace and truth. My character, my faith is getting stronger. I'm persevering through situations that I would prefer not to persevere through, but praise God, I am. And because of that, I was, I do this once in a while, and today, you guys had commented on our devotion from last week about enduring hardship. And a lot of you commented and said, how much it meant to you, and that you really needed it, and thank you. And I appreciate that you let me know those things, because it encourages me to continue to do more. And so I was like, I need to listen to that, because I'm going through so much right now. I need to hear my own words, And so I did. I'm looking for my little punch. Here it is. I was going to round these corners a little bit. So I went in and I was listening to it, and I was like, wow, and I was sitting there and I said, Lord, just like I said in the actual devotion, I told the Lord, I said, Father, I believe that you're in control, and I believe the things that I'm telling these ladies. And I began to pray, and I said about this, and I said, Lord, I want you to give me a response instead of a reaction. I want to have my response always automatically go to, this is glorifying our God, because that's what one of the things we talked about is that when we go through hardship, it glorifies him, because his strength is made perfect in our weakness. And that stood out to me today as I re-listened to that. And I thought, you know what, Lord, I believe that. So in all of that's going on, I praise you and I thank you, and I'm rejoicing that I get to go through these things, because I am weak, but you are strong. I am weak. Honestly, my sisters, I mean that. And I'm like, but the Lord, he is strong in our weakness. And so I was rejoicing because of that, and I asked him to put that into my heart. You know how I always tell you guys, get it from your brain 18 inches down into your heart. And that's what I was asking him for this morning, was, Lord, that you would show me how you are being glorified through my weakness, because your strength is going to be what makes me get through all this and in victory, right? Yeah, so it was good. It was good. Praise the name of Jesus. I was very blessed today. And so thank you for when you guys comment like that, because then that makes me want to go back and listen to what I said. I'll be honest with you. When you're ministering, you don't always remember what you said, honestly, because the Holy Spirit speaks through you. And when you're talking to somebody, have you ever ministered to someone at your church or whatever, and talk to them about things that they needed to hear, and then you go away and you're like, man, that was a really great conversation. It really blessed me, it blessed them, but at the same time you couldn't really remember what you'd said? That's kind of what I'm talking about. That is how it is when the Holy Spirit begins to speak through you. Don't use, and so when you guys tell me it's good, a lot of times I'll go back in and be like, what did I say? and I needed to hear it. So I'm going to stop here. I got 4 done. It's not a lot, but I don't need to make a lot because I already have enough ephemera in my box that it's so, I've showed you guys, it's so bad I can't even get into it. So with my other one I made before, this is going to be 5. So let's pick one to decorate. And it doesn't really matter. Let's use this music one because I can do whatever I want with that one because it's got music on it. I'm going to pause for just a second. I need to get a drink. All right. So I went and grabbed some pictures. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use yet, but they're so pretty. These women and these scenes. And so I thought I'd pick from one of those. And I also wanted to do maybe a couple of these little ones from the flowers, depending on what lady I pick. And I thought I might use maybe one of my, or maybe 2, I don't know, they're so pretty. We can do whatever we want, right? Whatever we want. I realized just now I have these out of order. There we go. Oh, that one's pretty. Isn't that nice? I love all these so much. All my little stamps, they're so fun. I think they're fun. Okay. And what are we going to do? Now this one I did, this would be a fun project for us. I did, and in fact, I bought these scissors just because I didn't have the right ones the day I did this, and I decided I wanted to get some. I actually bought these little scissors here to do stamps. The small pinking shears. They sure don't want to cut very good, do they? You gotta hit them just right, that's for sure. Let's see. Well, what I did was I took a piece of Edith Holden paper. I used one of my pretty vellum stamps, and then I stamped on top of it a little bit. Okay, to make it a little darker, and then I did Mod Podge. I'm gonna try to do this. See if I can get this to cut down just a little more without tearing it up. But anyway, this would be a fun little project to do together. And I like these. I could handle making some more of these. Let's see, those are cute. And so it's a vellum stamp on top of Edith Holden paper. We love our Edith, right? If she knew how much all of us love her, she'd feel so blessed. All right. So let's see, which picture do we want? I want it, I'm going to be tearing it down. It's just going to be the woman in the center. And I was thinking of collaging behind with some pretty stamps or stickers. And then I was thinking she would be pretty for our foxglove. I'm going to look here, tear her out of this scene. I was thinking for the foxglove book, my altered book I have not finished yet. We will finish. I'm going to do again on Friday. Now September, I'm not doing a oh my gosh, my brain is blanking out on the word. I can't think of the word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm not going to be doing that with Tammy or Tanya and Nanine. So I was thinking of doing until October. I'm going to do a new one in October with them. But I was thinking of doing a that's bugging me. I can't think of the word. It starts with a C. What is wrong? Everybody's going to be putting in the comments. Poor Tara. She's constantly forgetting what she's saying. But no, anyway. But because I'm not going to be working on anything in September, I'm just going to enjoy taking my time doing the journal, finishing the altered book. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'll keep posting the videos. And sorry, I'm tearing this down. I like these torn down a little bit. I like them the other way too, but I just have fun with those jaggedy edges. Of course, we want to do a little dark around here. Give it that burnt edge look. You know what I might do? Let's see. I have these little word these stickers that look like they're torn words, and I was thinking if I have a smaller one, I could use that as a backdrop as well. Let me see here. It goes that way. They almost look like little puzzle pieces. I don't know. This is kind of actually too big for it, isn't it? This piece. Tear it down a little bit more. There we go. That's better. I'm going to make this rougher edged. I didn't realize these had such squared edges on some parts of them. I don't like that. I just got them for the words. I thought they were cute. And yes, it is a sticker if I can get it to pull off. I'm going to use my little piece of paper over here. I'm going to grab it real quick so I don't get this all over the place. Okay. All right. Put that down. Just some random roses there. I do love just like collaging with random stuff. I find it a lot of fun. Now I am going to have to darken her. She's way, way, way too bright. Okay. Did anybody see the debates last night or watch? I watched President Trump with Tucker Carlson. I was very glad he didn't go and be a part of the ridiculous attack. You know, he wasn't even there, and he was like, the parts that I watched of the debate, the rerun, it was like he was the total focus. It's like, come on. Are you guys going to debate each other? And I mean, they did, but there was just so much focus on President Trump that it's like, all right, we know, you don't like him. And, you know, Vivek got given a really hard time because he was defending President Trump, you know. And so everybody's like, oh, blah, 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 you know, jumping down his throat. It's funny. I'm like, all right. Okay. I'm going to put her there, but I want to put some things, I would like to put some things behind her first. I have, oh, this one's pretty. I just want touches of stuff coming out, like from underneath. It doesn't have to, so I got to be careful which ones I use because I don't want to waste. You know what I should do instead is use these little guys. So over here, find something in these group in this book to go underneath her, just to kind of be there, that aren't my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe these florals would be good. I'm going to darken them before I try to stick them in. They've got those white edges. I mean, technically they're not really white because they are a vellum type of material. But I'm just going to put them underneath so that, see, so that you can just see. Okay. Yeah, this one will probably, like I said, go into the foxglove. Let me see if I have something pink. Oh, that one's pretty. But that's too pretty. I don't want to use that one. I'll hoard that one a little bit. This one's nice. We'll use that. It matches her dress. That's the reason I was looking for something pink. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. One more. One more. Oh, you know what? This one here, this yellow. That'll be fine. I'll just use that. Okay. Most of this one's going to get covered, and I'm going to trim this edge a little bit here. There you go. All right, now, I'm not done. I was looking today at that group of stamps I got. It's coming tomorrow. I can't wait because they are pretty cute. Pretty cute. Now I have those little leaf. I'm going to do some stamps here real quick and add to this just a bit. I'll use this little one here. Now I'm going to use green instead of brown, I think, because that'll be pretty. And since I said it's going into, and it'll match with what's going on. There we go. Okay. Oh, you can't even see it. It's okay. No biggie. Yeah, I'm going to use another one now, real quick. Just looking here, I have some that are like in the corner down here under everything. Oh, that's too big. Oh, you know what? This would be pretty. In brown, not in green, but oops. Hopefully, just kind of, oh good, it is showing up. I just wanted to give some swirls over the edges of this. You know, little swirls. Oh, she's going to be covering that door. That's funny. All right, now let's put our girl on here, and I'm going to put some gold around her, fancy her up a little bit, and then we'll pick not sure what kind of, oh, you know what I might use for the tab instead of, I'll show you. Instead of telling you, I'll show you. So you'll just have to wait a second while I get her placed. Okay. Oh, I like this one. This is fun. don't know if I should have used that. I think that probably detracts from the rest of it. But I can't pull it up, so I don't think I can I? You know me, I'm always trying stuff. No, it's already stuck. I might figure out a way to cover it, though. I'm not sure how. Let's see. Maybe if I just do a little more stamping on it to kind of, yeah, bring the swirls more prevalent. I'm gonna do these edges, and that way it's gonna match. She just, I don't know, she rings fancy to me. Okay. And last touch here, and then we'll be done. I'm going to use this for my tag. Okay. Instead of other stuff, I think this will be. I am totally hoarding this. I can't find any of it at Walmart again. I'm hoping once they get everything, they're like reorganizing everything in my store, because I think I told you about them adding to it, you know, putting on an extra building for the kids that do the shopping for people, and in the inside they're tearing up the floors, and so they've got all the crafting department is totally turned around and looks completely different from what it did just a couple weeks ago. And I can't get that to stick. Come on now, you know you always stick good with this glue. Don't give me a hard time. So yeah, I'm waiting and hoping that they put their ribbons back out and that they get some of this in stock, because that's where I always get it. I just love it. I know it's kind of tacky looking, but I love it. I wouldn't ever look at it. It looks so kind of brassy almost on the roll, but once you get it, come on, once you get it onto something, it looks really pretty. So just stay. There we go. And I'm thinking, do I want to do maybe a small piece of lace? We'll see. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, man. Let's see. That one's not quite skinny enough. I have a few skinny ones here. Oh, here's one that's really skinny. Because what I was thinking was I might put a piece of it across, if it looks okay. I don't know. We'll see. Across this top. Nah, it's alright. No, I'm not going to. Never mind. It's just going to be fine. It's going to be fine if I can get it to stick. I never have a hard time with this stuff and the art glitter glue. That's weird. It's probably the paper it's against, huh? But anyway, there is our fun little pocket tag decorated. I hope you guys like her. I think she turned out really cute. She's got like bushes of flowers behind her and leaves, and then we'll put, you know, I can put a little tag from the kit in there, and I think it'll look really pretty in the Foxglove journal. So you guys have a wonderful day today, and I'll see you tomorrow for our something challenge. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe to the channel and become a part of our family. You're more than welcome. We'd love to have you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. God bless you, and I love you. Bye.